Here is the shop. Got the ceilings, the walls done. Welcome to Flying Dirty, guys. Well, today I'm pretty excited because I finally get to fly the Turbo Saratoga. It's been on an annual for quite a while, a little frustration there going on, but it all got resolved. I'm very anxious to get back behind the controls on this Turbo Saratoga. I really love flying this airplane. So why don't you all come join me as we take this Turbo Saratoga back from Big Sandy Airport in Kentucky all the way back to Centennial, Colorado. Avionics are set. Okay, mixture rich. Okay, we're gonna need a fuel pump and mixture before we take off. Brake release. All right, we got our run up completed. We'll be going westbound. 8,000 feet is what we filed for. Okay, mixture. Fuel pump, it's on. Okay, you ready, son? Yeah. Okay, instruments are in the green. Big Sandy, Saratoga now rolling on 2-1, Big Sandy, westbound departure. All right, airspeed is alive. 60, 70. All right, gear up. All right, fuel pump off. Fuel pressure is good. All right, let's switch frequencies. All right, temperatures are good, instruments are good. Indianapolis Center, November 43728 with you, 3,300.
43728, Indiana Rise, would like to altimeter 3023.
Right at 3022, 43728. I just decided to be on the safe side and I lowered my altitude to 8,000 feet. Didn't want to take any chances there. So here we are.
Number 7, Charlie Mike, descend and maintain 8,000.
We're having a rough time too. We've been flying the Cherokee 6 so much that yeah, we're getting tail numbers confused. We keep saying 3620 whiskey instead of 43728, but hopefully that'll go away. So we may have to do an instrument approach there. I decided to leave today because I wanted to leave Sunday, but
descend and maintain 3,000.
either Sunday or Monday, because I had to leave today because of weather. Things are going to go downhill in Kentucky Monday, and Tuesday. So I didn't want to deal with that, so we went on and decided to take off today. But the price we're going to pay for is a little bit of winds at Higginsville when we land, which One of our previous videos, man, we had a rough time taking off. I tell you, that was one of the toughest landings and takeoffs I've ever done. Pretty crazy crosswinds. I don't think it's going to be anything like that, but yeah, that airport kind of always stays windy.
Maintain 10,000, cross be at or below 1,000.
So that's what we're going to be expecting today. Got about a 20 mile an hour headwind, and we're still doing almost 170 in the Saratoga. Difference between the Saratoga and the Cherokee 6. Total flight time to Higginsville was going to be 4 hours and 2 minutes, and we've got 3 hours and 6 minutes remaining. So yeah, we're pretty excited. So the final outcome with the Saratoga was that there was a third party that was totally confused, and I don't know, they were just kind of being a little bit deceiving. I'm not sure what was going on there, but the company that did the annual actually it was not their fault, but I just wanted them to get on the horn with that third party company and kind of put some pressure on them. It wasn't until I started calling around that pressure was starting to be put into that company, because they told us that the turnaround time for the overhaul was going to be 2 to 3 weeks, and it ended up being a little over 2 months. That kind of, I don't know, that was frustrating, but it's over, guys. We got the Saratoga back, and we got the fuel pump remanufactured and redone, rebuilt, and it seems to be working just fine.
89652.
That's 89652, Lexington approach.
Yeah, we're back. We're back in the old Saratoga. This airplane is pretty fun to fly.
89652.
November 827 Charlie Mike, contact Louisville approach.
Just wanted to test them, and it looks like they were.
Fails to call Lexington unanswered. That's 89652, radar contact 2 miles southeast.
All right, temperatures are looking good. Instruments are in the green. Cylinder temperatures are good. EGT is good.
Rudder, the request.
2,100 is the altitude. Cessna 896.
Burning close to 17 gallons an hour.
Get that full stop 89652.
So the property's coming along. On this trip, I did the walls and the ceilings. Here is the shop. Got the ceilings, the walls done. All we got to do now is the floor and the trim and the door. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the door yet. But we got the floor, the trim, and the door. I wanted to finish it all, but man, that was just a lot of work for one person.
November 91 Foxtrot Sierra, Rudder, there's traffic.
So the next trip, we're going to come back 2 weeks, come back to Kentucky,
and traffic 10 miles southwest.
and I'm hoping to finish the floors and the trim and maybe stain it. See about that before I put the equipment in there. We can go ahead and stain it and get it all ready, get it all set. Looking forward to putting my equipment in there, my office, and my studio. It looks like a cabin in there. Looks pretty cool. What do you think about it, son?
Brickyard 4484, contact Louisville.
I like the wood.
134.15.
You like the look? So, what you say? You like what?
The wood.
You like the wood? Yeah, I like the wood too. It smells woody in there now. It smells like pine.
Yeah.
All right, up here is 40 degrees, so we don't have to worry about icing if we do run into any clouds. So we got the Saratoga and the Cherokee 6 back from manual. Normally, you know, I'll take the Cherokee 6 whenever we have the family, like a family flight, and we have to load it up. So we have a useful load on that Cherokee 6, like close to 1,600 pounds. So after fuel and everything, we can still load it up with close to 1,100 pounds. And this one, you fill it up with fuel, and yeah, won't be able to travel with the whole family. You could if you sacrifice fuel, but then that means a lot of more stops. So I like this one for these flights, longer flights, because yeah, it's faster. We are over in Lexington already.
Victor 794, Lexington approach, altimeter 3022, cross Darby at or below 1000, just going to maintain 10,000.
All right, folks. So we're in and out of clouds at 8,000 feet. Temperature up here, boy, the temperature's going up. It is 55 degrees up here. No threat of icing up here. We did have to do our flight planning. We had to amend it to 8,000. We did file for 12, but up further back, there was some icing going on around 10 to 12,000 feet. So decided to just file for 8,000 just so that we can get away from all that mess. But yeah, so far the flight's been a little smooth. We've been getting hammered with some headwinds. Yeah, pretty bad. Right now, without winds, we should be doing about close to 177, and we're only doing 135. So that just gives you a sum of how strong the winds are, the headwinds. So we are getting hammered. Gonna put us behind a little bit, but nothing that we didn't anticipate. Going from east to west, you can always expect headwinds. But yeah, here we are flying in the Turbo Saratoga once again. So this is the view outside right now. We're in IMC. Have some thunderstorms over to the north, and you'll see them here on the iPad where they're at right there off the right wing. And if you notice, we have a scope, a lightning scope detector, and it's detecting lightning right there as well. A lot of it. It pretty much matches all these lightning strikes that we see here on our iPad. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Get all that lightning. So definitely that would be a place that we would definitely avoid. Now the cool thing about this storm scope is that it is live. So you get the actual lightning strikes as they happen. And you can also clear it. So if you see where it gets muffled there, too much, it's too crowded, you can always clear it, and you'll see them come back. Look at that. All those lightning strikes. So that's a pretty intense storm there. Don't want to fly through that. We have about an hour and 16 minutes remaining. Now, we're going to have to be doing a instrument approach more than likely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the RNAV for runway 16 into Higginsville. One thing about this autopilot, it holds really well. We're at 8,000 feet, unlike the True Track. This is a pretty old KFC 150, but it does a really good job. Thinking about pairing this with maybe some GI 275s. That way you can couple it with a GPSS signal, and it'll pretty much fly a GPSS track. Are you enjoying your flight so far, Mr.? You've been sleeping most of the flight. Yeah. My helper's not helping. Here we got it set. Got our mixture set, leaned. On the turbo, the one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to pass 1650 on your temperature. Now I do have my red needle there set just before actually the red line. You can see the red line over to the right of my where I put the red needle. So that'll give me a little cushion. But that red line indicates as hot as you want your EGTs on a turbo. And on the turbo, when you're leaning, you want to go off of the EGT. At least that's what it calls for on mine. Yours may be different. If you fly another type of airplane, it may be different. I don't think so. I don't suspect that, but it could be. I'm not sure. I know on this one, you got to go off the EGT. And the reason for that is because you don't want to overheat the turbo. Beautiful out there. Broke out of the clouds, and now we're on top of the clouds. Good view. So our mission is we're going to be flying back to Denver. We've done a lot of work on our workshop in Kentucky. And we're going to go back to Denver for a couple of weeks, then we'll go back to Kentucky and hopefully finish up the workshop. The plan on the next trip will be to do the floors, the trim, and we're going to try to stain it as well. So yeah, guys, I really do enjoy flying this Saratoga. It's a pretty cool airplane to fly. It's faster though. Everything happens faster in this airplane. Hour and 8 minutes. But we're going to start preparing for our descent and our approach here shortly. Our plan will be to stop at Higginsville, take a little walk and rest a little bit, and fuel up. And maybe eat lunch. If not, we'll eat after we take off. It all depends on how our tummies feel. And continue on to Denver, Colorado. Decided to come on today because tomorrow the weather's starting to get a little bit iffy, and you can already start to see all the buildups and everything. All this is going to be heading over to Kentucky.
Frontier 86, kind of taking in
So it's going to start to get pretty nasty there from Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So I decided to head over to Denver today. The beautiful thing about general aviation is you can pick and choose whatever date. If you want to change your day or time or whatever, you can do that. Have to worry about that frustration about trying to change your ticket, getting a fee for changing your time or your date.
Enter 41 Kilo. Their advertisement visual, I'm really not sure why. Just proceed direct fast, you to intercept the final approach course for the RNS.
So, yep, we are here getting ready. Big difference flying this Saratoga in terms of speed and performance than the Cherokee 6. You would think it would be nearly the same because they're both PA-32s, but this PA-32 is a PA-32-301, and it's a turbocharged PA-32 retractable gear. So when that retractable gear goes up, let me tell you, this thing likes to fly really fast. The one thing about this airplane is I do have speed brakes on the wings. I'll deploy them real quick. So if you can see those speed brakes there on the wings, those speed brakes are highly important when you're descending in a Turbo Saratoga, because you don't want to shock cool that turbo. Don't want to shock cool the engine either, but that turbo is really hot, and if you start inching down really fast, you can shock cool that sucker.
Charlie, climb maintain 10,000.
So the recommended descent or manifold pressure rate would be an inch per minute of decrease. You decrease an inch per minute on the manifold pressure, and what'll happen is if you don't time your descents accurately, or if you don't use your speed brakes, when you point the nose down, if you're not slowed down with these tapered wings, you point that nose down, you're going to be going really fast. Then you're going to have a hard time slowing down. Put the gear down and all of that and prepare for your approach, and everything's going to happen really fast, and you're just not going to be ahead of the airplane. So I like to be ahead of the airplane, and what I'll do is I'll set my speed brakes. I'll start reducing my manifold pressure per the manufacturer recommendation, 1 inch per minute, and also deploy my speed brakes so that way it keeps me from gaining any speed. The speed brakes have a lot of usage. So these are not spoilers. They're good for turbulence. So they have a lot of uses for the speed brakes. We're going to start preparing for this approach and start looking at the approach plate again, so we can review it once again. All right, we've been given the clearance for RNAV 16 into Higginsville. All right, we got to stay 3,000 or above.
For the 700 Charlie, I just want to make sure I heard it right. It's 123.95, 23.95.
All right, descents on checklist.
Mixture.
Mixture.
1 Victor Alpha, good direct Icaro.
Go ahead and set it to bridge, okay?
Throttle.
Throttle set.
Altimeters.
Altimeter's good.
Landing light.
Landing light. On.
Descent checklist done. Complete.
Okay.
Finito.
All right, go to the next one.
Before landing.
Yep.
Approach. Briefed. That's what it says.
It is briefed.
Seatbelts. Mine's good.
Okay, mine's good.
Fuel pump on.
Fuel pump, we'll turn it on here momentarily.
Fuel selector.
Fuel selector, we have it on the left, and we'll leave it there.
Mixture rich.
Mixture's rich.
Propeller.
Prop. Go ahead and do full prop. Full prop.
Airspeed below 132.
Okay, we're gonna get there eventually. Stop it, gear down.
Number 2 Tango Golf, Kansas City, altimeter 2978. 2978. 252 Tango Golf, thanks.
All right, Dan, 165, our final turn. All right, here, coming down.
3 green.
All right, we got 3 green. Autopilot is disengaged. Speed brakes are off. Higginsville, traffic, Saratoga now, short final, 16, full stop, Higginsville.